Girls, what is the biggest hint that you like a guy that we never get? Guy reading this thread, why does every answer sound like it could also be incredibly platonic? That's why I hate hints so much of the time. Most of the things girls do, they do absent-mindedly already, but when they mean it to be a hint, they're just doing it consciously. Just be straight up and shoot your shot, PLS. Literally though. Here's what I found that I myself and some friends do personally. 1. Asking to hang out, or try and set up a time to hang out with you. Get slightly upset, quiet, when you bring up that we should bring a friend along. We only want you, bucko. 2. Some physical touch. Poking your back, nudging your shoulder. If it's touch and go, it's usually friendly. But if it's constant, it's usually a hint. Biased opinion, not hard fact, lol. 3. Looking at you and body language. We usually like to look at a person that we like in. Sometimes. Hope that you catch us so that you get the hint. Body language is pretty subtle. Standing in front, keeping our back towards you. Usually with not so discreet looking over. Leaning towards you to get into your personal space. Sometimes exposing our neck to you, and sometimes straightening ourselves to get that bigger. Knockers, look and see your VY back. 4. We can become chatterboxes. If we're interested and comfortable with someone, we can sometimes start trying to bring up random stuff like, what do you like to do? What's your favorite class? Food, hobby, your type. This is completely biased in what I've seen, what I myself do, and some of my friends, acquaintances. Don't blaze me, LMAO. Edit. Was hard to read. The real problem is all of that is stuff friends can do. I'm a guy that gets along with women more naturally. Just part of being raised by a single mother. I wouldn't read any of that as a specific come on. Even the knockers. I've had women do that just to see it. There was a point where I would actually look. If we initiate the text conversations, typically, a woman won't make an effort to reach out a whole lot if she's not interested. I learned this one recently. Been seeing this girl for a few months now. After a while I finally started getting the hints she wasn't interested. The saying, I'll let you know, when asking for a date and never doing so. Or canceling last minute. Finally decided to stop texting her to see what would happen, and we haven't talked for almost a week now. Just wish she would have been honest rather than vague signals. I just figured she was busy. I feel like constant messaging. Though sometimes, they'll stop to see if you MSG them first. Not only that, but body language. I wish I knew this a year ago. Glancing over at you. If you catch us multiple times staring at you, then we are probably interested. Or if we try to keep the text conversation going when it seems like it's about to end, that shows that we really want to talk to you. I was out once with a group of coworkers, and a girl from a different office that they knew kept on looking at me, like, a lot. I must have said something interesting because I doubt it was my looks. Over the night we hit it off, and I thought she may have kinda liked me. We even hung out the next night, just the two of us, and talked, drank in her hotel room. We were out of state for a work training, but I got her number and she wouldn't hold a conversation when I texted her after that, so I DK what was going on. She wanted the out-of-town fling. My friend, you were drinking with only her in a hotel room and you didn't smash. She probably thinks there is something wrong with you or her. Greater than you were drinking with only her in a hotel room and you didn't smash. It's a special talent of mine. We were actually going to go to a concert together in April, but of course it got cancelled. Guy here. Just wanted to say that looking back, I am a fool for not noticing half of the hints thrown my way. I shall take these hints and once again fail to ask a girl out. Join the club. Friend threads like these show me how I screwed up. NGL. Both men and women need to be willing to risk rejection. You never make the shots you don't take. Stop dropping hints and take a chance. Last girlfriend I had wasn't shy about her interest, as in quote-unquote, I want to wake up next to you in the morning, is exactly what she said. We woke up next to each other the following morning, and many more after that. Greater than both men and women need to be willing to risk rejection. You never make the shots you don't take. Stop dropping hints and take a chance. This 100%. Why do people want to play the pickup dating game? I legitimately don't understand it. The world would be much easier to navigate if everyone was upfront with what or who they wanted. Maybe life isn't meant to be easy. Me. You can kiss me if you want to. Him. Oh, do you want me to? Quote. Me. Asterisk. Facepalm. Asterisk. In his defense, this was our first date and he has Asperger's, so he genuinely wanted to know because it wasn't clear enough. My approach to dating men has heavily been shaped by this experience. He was being a gentleman by making sure I wanted him to kiss me. I believe in open communication. If I want a guy like a guy, I'll just straight up tell him when I'm ready. Greater than if I want a guy like a guy, I'll just straight up tell him when I'm ready. From all men, I thank you. Higher pitched voice around our crushes. Trying to sound girly. But when we're with our friends, we don't sound like that. In my experience, that's it. I'm going to ask you to do something hard or unpleasant for me. Voice. I automatically tense up when I hear that. If we actually spend a decent amount of time with you more than other, like we don't really waste our time. Oh my gosh, this is awful. My ex-best friend basically said this one to me after I rejected her. Like, well, all this was a waste of time. I was like, wait, so hanging out with me as a friend is a waste of time? God, that fucked me up for a while. It's so cruel when people think spending a lot of time with someone platonically is a waste. I am just saying that people don't put in a lot of effort into something they don't like. I would never say platonic friendship is a waste. If you try to pursue someone romantically by spending time with them and they turn you down, then you should move on. It wasn't meant to be. I am sorry if the way it is worded sounds harsh. We all pretend like we have extra food we don't want just to share something good with a monsieur. I guarantee that for every girl that says, I did thing, and he didn't even notice. Guys are so dense, lol. There's one that says, just because I did thing, this creep thinks I want him and won't leave me the fuck alone. Quote. This is why anything less than a direct statement of intent is best assumed to not be sexual interest. Women in this thread. Basic human social interactions are a cue that there is a possibility of interest in you. This is a pretty well-known one, but if you're with a group of people or they're showing you something, they will glance at you to see if you're having fun. Asterisk. Are we having fun yet? Asterisk. Are you not entertained? At my signal, unleash hell. If we're happy whenever we talk to you. Again, how the guy is supposed to know if it's not your normal state to be happy to be with people? There's a certain level of difference in behavior. I'm usually a happy person, but I was different around my past crush. Had a girlfriend, and there's a 6-year age gap. Therefore no longer crushing, laughing at stupid things, avoiding eye contact at all. And our conversations flowed pretty unnaturally because I was nervous around hi monsieur. Just take note of how they act around their friends. And trust me, most girls are around their friends all the time. If you've never seen them with their friends, I don't think you're close enough to them for them to like you. It never occurred to me that I had to stalk all the girls that act more or less nice to me with their friends to know that this particular one like me. It doesn't seems very practical if not creepy. Edit. You seems to forget that at this stage you are just one nice girl among a plethora of other nice girls, with most of them being just that. Not a girl, and I'm apparently very oblivious to women flirting with me as well. Every girlfriend date I've ever had told me that back when they'd constantly try to get my attention or ask me questions about my personal life, it should have been my first clue that they liked me. Fun fact. You acting oblivious is actually probably helping you. For lots of guys, if we notice then put it together then get excited or think about it, the girl will just dip. By you being a challenge, you're probably driving them wild. Starkly contrast by someone who thinks, oh, I kinda like you too. let's date, and is super confident about it. Lol, I just stand in a corner and hope he comes up to me. I'm too shy to talk to guys I like, or to talk to guys in general, based on personal experience. If she laughs at every innocuous nonsense you say, it's kinda cloudy today, huh? Quote, yeah, ha. I'm feeling a bit down because my grandpa died. Ha 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 ha, classic. I have AIDS. Stop, you're gonna kill me. Constant engagement on your posts on social media. Reactions such as likes, hearts, haha, etc. Comments, replies, etc. I like to be physically close to that person. I usually try and sit next to them, and or walk next to the monsieur. Jesus, I need to stop doing these platonically. Literally doesn't matter what you do. We get all of it from people who have never seen us as more than friends anyways sometimes. Girl at my work flirts with me, talks about sex, uses double entendre, playfully hits me, touches me, comments on my ass, told me she wanted to spend time alone with me learning a special interest of mine. 0% interested. Just being a flirt because that's her personality. I just straight up tell the monsieur it's the biggest hint. I don't get it. Guys don't even get answers, let alone hints. My time liking men is clearly wasted. Probably 'cause we want to be absolutely sure that it's not a joke or something. Jokes aside, a lot of guys, especially young guys, are insecure and second-guess themselves. I was super afraid of failing in rejection. It took me years to change. I personally don't know why I do this with my crushes, but it's really only with the monsieur good morning and good night texts. I'll wake my crush up with a good morning text, and even if we haven't texted at all, a simple good night text. I only do this with other people if I have something to text them about in the morning, or we've been texting for a while late at night and one of us is going to go to bed. I'm probably the only person who does this. If a girl points her feet away from you, she doesn't really like you. If she puts her legs behind her head, she does. I heard this about crossing legs too. If she crosses her legs away from you, then she's not interested. But if she spreads them wide and says, "Come to mama," then she might be. In 4th grade, I battered my eyelashes in front of a guy the first liked. Smile, head lilt and hands clasped on the chin and everything. IDK what I was expecting, but he just laughed and said something to the effect of, "Why are you doing that with your face?" I panicked and insisted I had something in my eye. LMAO, nice. I remember my biggest crush came to me in the library and said, "Hey Valentine's." Insert name of the kid I hated because he was a bully. Told me you like me. Is that true? Quote, me, thinking of how much I hated that little prick. No. Quote, insta regret. SMH. I was the dumbest kid. Oh, then the day I worked up courage to ask her to a date that I planned, she ended up on the other side of the playground randomly. We played tetherball every day, so I took it as a sign or something and didn't find her. I was so dumb. I wonder where I'd be at if my trajectory with women was a bit better, lol. Like being more confident earlier, etc. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.